Hey guys, my name's Kevin Moore. It's my mission, my passion, my purpose to help you guys become your greatest version. Now you join me in this beautiful rainy day in England, but I really wanted to share with you today my own personal thoughts on my own signs for myself that I've become closer to God since my awakened experience, and these are also signs for everyone. So sign number one, you care more. You care more and are more loving towards other people. So as I've awakened and become my greatest version, or becoming my greatest version, I am more caring towards other people generally. I generally care how I treat other people and how I treat myself. They are one of the same. Because we're all one and we're in this together, what you do to another, you do to yourself. But how loving are we sometimes to ourselves? And when we're not so loving, I've said this in other videos, let's just transform that, right? Let's just bring that back, right? And say, oops, I'll catch myself out there. I am going to be more loving to myself. I am going to be more kinder to myself. And I'm going to take back what I said. You know, it doesn't mean you stop acting human, right? But you can transform it. Okay, point number two. You're more aware of how others feel. So this leads directly on from the last one. You're more aware of how that person or he, she that you're interacting with right now is feeling towards the presence of you being with them. So you kind of, not so much chameleon with people, but you have to be on different levels with different people and realize that everyone's in a different situation and they're having a different experience, and that you have to be empathic enough to be aware of where people's feelings are, because we're all on a different journey, and as you become more awakened, you get to feel definitely more that that other person, he, she, them over there, whatever, right, is not happy with the way that you are with them. So you can draw it back a little bit and just be a bit more in tune with being a bit more caring towards them as well, and yourself. I will not miss yourself out in that at all. Okay, point number three. This experience is one of an infinite number of experiences to have on infinite levels. So what I mean by that, as you grow in your expansion, in your awakening, you become closer to God, and God is just a word, right? That you realize that where I came from and where I go back to, that space of where I come from and go back to is infinite. There is infinite levels to go to before you would ever reach a source or a level of where we can ultimately end up. So I'm using words here I don't really understand, but this is just my truth of what I've seen through my channelings, that actually as you increase the levels you go to, it increases you spiritually, and that there's infinite levels to go to. And just realizing this, right, just even try not to formalize an idea of what it may be, because it's beyond our mind, but just to hear my words right now and not switch this off, you become to see that by understanding tiny bits of this, that you have become close to God as you've gone on your awakened experience. Okay, point number four. You feel more connected to the universe. So what I mean by this is that when I see the universe on TV, for example, in a program, I see infiniteness, and I cannot get my head around that. But when I realize to myself that I am part of that, and it's within me as well, it's within my atoms that infiniteness is, right? That you realize how special this experience is. And you know, when we get stuck on such mundane things sometimes, right? Mundane things, and if we just see the greatness out there in us, to know that we can achieve anything, and we came here to have this experience, and the universe is working with us, and it's just an incredible experience being here right now, knowing our infiniteness in this level, and that by seeing it from this perspective, you get to see the God that you're looking for. It's staring you in the face right now. It's you in the mirror. It really is. Okay, point number five. You feel that you're more aware that you create your own reality. Okay, so when you see the infinite universe like I have, and then I realized that, oh my God, I'm creating this reality. I've got to stop doing some of these stupid things that I'm doing and be a bit more kinder to myself, right? And start saying, okay, I've created this reality, I'm going to uncreate it and create something new, but one I'm happy with, one that fills me with the most happiness and is of the highest alignment to myself and will be of service to people as well. You know, anything is possible, you can achieve anything. So just realize that as you awaken to realize these things, that you do create your reality, that is a sign that you have awakened and are becoming closer to God. Okay, point number 6. You're more aware that nothing is perfect. I can't emphasize this enough. We're having a human experience. I'm going to fluff this recording up. I could redo this to the nth degree until I was really happy with it. What's the point? What's the point? I may as well show you that I'm not perfect, which most of you know that I'm not. I would hate anyone out there to think that I am. Oh my God, right? But nor are you. None of us are, right? And that's not me, you know, being rude when I say that. It's just, we're not here to be perfect. That's what I'm trying to drive in home right now. We're here to have a human experience. And when you get into that perfectionist lark, which I was very guilty of, right? You kill the experience. It makes it hard, unhappy, miserable. Nothing is perfect. So, you know, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you're not happy with parts of yourself, love yourself. That is an expression of God looking back at you in the mirror. Okay, point number 7. God is just a word. It's dog spelt backwards. It's just a word. If you're happy using the word the universe, if you're happy using I am, or you are God, or however you want to personify God as, right? It's just a word. I don't think he, she, it is going to be that bothered, to be honest with you. For me, my own truth, I am God, a fragment of it, having a human experience to go back to it, her, she, him, unknownness, whatever you may want to call it, right? Unfathomableness, right? To bring back this experience, to sort of download this experience and for it to go back to some sort of collective, it feels like. But I may be wrong there. I'm open to being wrong. But I do know one thing, that it's just a word, okay? Point number 8, oneness, helping others. When you realize that everything is one, that we are all connected, that what you do to yourself, you do to another. So just realize that, you know, be kind to yourself, be kind to another. Do not go out there trying to hurt people or be cruel or to get one on people, because all you're doing is doing it to yourself. When you realize that, you then become more self-actualized, that actually, you know what? You're God having a human experience, and one of the biggest lessons that you can learn is oneness. And that's why, for me, that being of service is so important, because that being of service is actually helping myself, but also it feels so natural to do that, to help others, because they are me, you are me, I am you. We are all connected. All connected. Okay, point number 9. You're happy with the now. Okay, I haven't been happy with the now recently. I've been bloody miserable, I'll be honest with you. And that's because, you know, I was on a process to realize that what I'm teaching, I have to experience myself. Maybe I've been in that state for a long time. I can only tell you my experience, that when I was doing things that made me happier, when I was being in alignment with love, when I was coming from these things that I talk about on these videos, actually that's what made me my greatest version. And actually being happy with the now was one of the greatest lessons I learned recently, that all we have is right now. To be out there or wherever you may be out, right? It stops everything, it stops progression. Be here now. That's the most empowered place I can say to you guys that you can come from. And by being in the present moment, as many great authors have talked about, that's where the power is, in the present moment. Wow, it's raining here quite a bit. Okay, step number 10. I've got to put my hood up for this one, okay? God is always speaking to you through your higher self and is not separate. It's so true. God, your higher self are the same thing to me, okay? And God is always speaking to you, always, whether it's through a sign that comes to you, the music that's on the radio, the email that you just got, whatever it may be. Your higher self the inner voice that comes through to you, whatever it may be, God is always there. The signs, the present moment, acceptance of what's going on in your life right now, the love that you give yourself, everything's God. There is nothing that's not God. Everything's God. And if you just listen to your higher self, you just listen to that voice coming in your head sometimes that's talking back to you, your inner voice, you'll realize that is God as well, coming through, helping you in this present moment right now. So just remember, these were just my facts, these were my signs, you know, this has come from me. I hope they resonate with yourself. Now, this show is sponsored by TMS Psychics, and if you'd like a reading with myself, it's just on the screen now. Just go to tmspsychics.com/Kevin. And just remember, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. You're amazing, and I will catch you soon. Peace.